Hello darlings, for today's video I'll be creating 3 looks with one palette using the Urban Decay Game of Thrones collection. As always, I'll be sharing my thoughts on each product throughout the video. Urban Decay Cosmetics partnered with HBO to create the Game of Thrones collection inspired by their favorite places in Westeros and the strong women of the Seven Kingdoms. From the shores of Dragonstone to the frozen lands beyond the Wall, this collection will let you create looks inspired by House Stark, House Targaryen, House Lannister, and the White Walkers. Urban Decay really outdid themselves with this incredible collection. Not only is the packaging really detailed, but you can truly tell that a lot of thought was put into each piece. The vault retails for $250 and consists of a 20-pan palette, Mother of Dragons highlight palette, 4 24/7 Glide-On eye pencils, 4 Vice lipsticks, Dracarys lip and cheek stain, and 2 eyeshadow brushes including Jon Snow's Long Claw, which is a large brush, and Arya Stark's Needle, which is a flat brush. I was really inspired to stay true to the Game of Thrones style and do editorial looks with this collection. With that being said, let's start look number 1. First, I'm priming my eyelids with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer in Eden, tapping it in, and patting on the shade House Lannister to set it. I'm then sweeping more of that shade into my crease, and then picking up the shade Lannister Red to add some more depth into the crease, leaving the inner part of the eyelid closest to my nose blank. These are 2 out of the 3 matte shades available in the palette, which is a bit disappointing. Personally, I prefer more mattes in a palette to give myself more options in the crease, but at least these matte shades are neutral, making them universally useful. I'm now applying some of the shade Weirwood Leaves into my outer V, and then I'm tapping some of the shimmery purple shadow called StormBorn on top of that. For the inner part of the crease, I'm applying the shade Dothraki, which is a beautiful yellow gold. I'm then packing on the shade Bay of Dragons, which is 1 out of 4 of the holographic Transformer shades, onto the part of my eyelid I haven't covered yet, and basically creating a half-cut crease with that pink shade. Now I'm just using my finger to tap on a bit of the shade For the Throne onto the center of my lid beneath my crease. Next, I'm tightlining with the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide-On eye pencil in Perversion, applying some Perversion mascara, and then popping on some Glam Drawer lashes in the style A07. Now for my face, I'm gently wiping away a little bit of fallout and applying some primer off camera before trying out the Dracarys lip and cheek stain. On the back of the bottle, it says that it's recommended to use 2 to 3 drops and blend it out with your fingers. Since I'm going for a more blown out blush look with the draping technique, I'm applying a lot of this product around my temples and high up on my cheekbones, and then blending it with my fingers. Afterwards, I'm using a beauty blender to apply 1 pump of the Naked Skin foundation to keep my skin looking dewy and natural. I'm also adding some concealer under my eyes and setting it with the Hourglass Veil powder off camera, And then to set my whole face, I'm using the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I'm now accentuating the blush and connecting it to the outer corner of my eyeshadow by sweeping the shade Lannister Red out from the corner of my eye and onto my temples and cheekbones, first with the larger JH06 brush, gradually switching to smaller, denser brushes like the JH07 and finally the JH30 brush. I'm doing this because smaller, denser brushes distribute product more precisely, so the area closest to the eye will end up darker and the pigmentation will fade closer to my hairline. Now it's time to dip into the Mother of Dragons highlighter palette. For this look, I'm using the shades Rhaegal and Viserion. The formula of these is different and actually better than any of the other highlighters that I've tried from Urban Decay. To finish off my eyes, I'm applying the green shade called The Sight to my lower lash line and popping on some of the shade Dothraki to the inner half, and then highlighting my inner corner and brow bone with the shade Hardhome. I'm now using the 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade Dragon Smoke from the collection to line my waterline. These creamy eyeliners have always been my go-to because they are long-lasting and waterproof. Next, I'm applying some mascara to my lower lashes and doing some soap brows by wetting the spoolie end of my eyebrow brush, scrubbing it over a regular bar of soap, and then brushing it into my eyebrows. The waxy texture of the soap gives fuller, feathery-looking brows. I'm also adding some faux freckles with my Anastasia Brow Wiz, which I then tap out so they look more natural. Finally, for lips, I'm applying the Comfort Matte Vice lipstick in the shade White Walker from the collection and tapping on some of the shade StormBorn on top for an iridescent effect. And that completes the first look using shades from all 4 sections or houses of the palette. Now for look number 2, I'm starting with my brows and creating faux bleached brows by brushing them upwards with some concealer as well as some soap to give them more of a bushy effect. After applying primer off camera, I'm using the Dracarys Lip and Cheek Stain as my blush and once again applying foundation on top. So that the video isn't unnecessarily long, I'm skipping over some redundant parts like concealer and powder and then spritzing some setting spray to set my face. This time I'm bronzing with the shade Drogon from the Mother of Dragons highlight palette and using the shade Rhaegal for highlight. Now that my face is done, I'm popping on this fake nose ring and priming my eyelids with the eyeshadow primer in Eden. I'm setting that with the shade House Lannister from the palette and sweeping it all over my eye. I'm really dragging this out towards my temples and also blending it up into the front part of my brow and down onto the edge of my nose. I'm now picking up the shade Lannister Red to add dimension to the inner and outer part of the eye as well as a bit in the crease. Now for the center of the eyelid, I'm packing on the shade Dothraki and then blending out the edges using the JH40 brush before tapping on some of the Transformer shade called King's Landing. For my lower lash line, I'm applying the shade Lannister Red and blending it out to the temples, connecting it with the rest of the eyeshadow we applied previously. Next, I'm tightlining with the Perversion eye pencil and then applying some Perversion mascara and the same lashes we used in the first look. Now to give my eye a more enlarged look, I'm using the 24/7 Glide On eye pencil in the shade Lannister Gold from the collection and applying it to my inner corner, tear duct, and waterline. I'm whitening out my bottom lashes with the NYX Jumbo eye pencil in Milk, and finally for lips using the Metallized lipstick in Cersei Lannister. And that completes the second look, which is probably my favorite out of all three. Now for look number 3, I'm starting off by creating a blank canvas and priming my eyelids with the P. Louise base in 0.5. I'm using the Sigma E06 brush and the 24/7 Glide On eye pencil in the Night King to create a graphic liner look. While I do this, I just wanted to say that I really love this collection, which isn't any surprise because of my love for Game of Thrones itself. As you may have noticed, I wanted to tell a story with each of these looks and use as many products from the collection as possible. I'm really excited to share all of the images I took, so be sure to follow me on Instagram at @TaylorCherie so you don't miss them. Now that I've finished the eyeliner, I've primed off camera and I'm applying the lip and cheek stain underneath my foundation as per usual. After setting with the All Nighter setting spray, I'm applying the eyeliner in the shade Winterfell Snow to the areas on my eyelid in between the shimmery blue liner. I'm then creating a new inner corner using the blue liner and creating a design on my under eye as well. To highlight, I'm using the shades Viserion and Drogon from the Mother of Dragons palette. I'm then very precisely applying the silver shade called Free Folk onto the highest points of my face to give the skin what I think looks like a stone or diamond appearance. Now for my brows, I'm muting them out a bit by brushing them with some peach concealer from Koki, and then I'm brushing them upwards a bit with some soap as well. I'm then tightlining with the blue liner from the collection and applying the icy glitter liner called Winterfell Snow to my waterline. Next, I'm using the NYX White Liquid Liner to white out my lashes and create some textures through my brow and on the side of my face. Finally for lips, I'm applying the Sheer Vice lipstick in Sansa Stark, tapping on some of the shade Hardhome to the center, and doing a simple lip art design with the NYX liner. And that completes the 3 looks using products from the limited edition Game of Thrones collection by Urban Decay. Let me know in the comments below which out of the 3 was your favorite, and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time!